The following is a presentation of the OLSH Sports Network. We welcome you to the AAC, another presentation of Charger basketball on OSN. It's game 2 of the Saturday doubleheader. The Chargers are hosting the Spartans of Brentwood. Welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a fine day here on a Saturday, a cold, chilly Saturday in southwestern Pennsylvania, and the Charger basketball is in full gear. The girls played this morning and win one 58-22 over Swickley Academy, and now the boys in action, in section action. This is an important game, Chase, as the Brentwood Spartans come into the AAC trying to knock off the Chargers.
Yeah, no, this is an extremely important game for the Chargers. I mean, we can look at it. OLSH currently sits in second place in Section 2 3A with an overall record of 10-4 and a 5-1 record in section, opposed to Brentwood currently sits in sixth place in Section 2 3A with an overall record of 4-11 with a section record of 2-4. But one thing to point out about this game is the last time these two teams met each other was an extremely close game, and it ended up with OLSH barely pulling that one out. They ended up winning 55-54. And then something else to look at too is this Spartans team is coming off a huge win at Keystone Oaks, winning 65-51 as they come into the AAC tonight.
Great point, Chase. And if you remember, Keystone Oaks was the Chargers' last game where the Chargers were victorious, but it was a close one, 43-40, Chargers winning pretty much on a buzzer shot, down the stretch, and pulling that one off. So these teams, I don't care, the Chargers, even when OLSH was state champions, Brentwood would always give them a game. It's one of those teams where they just have your number and it's always tight. So expect another one here this afternoon.
Yeah, and going off of that, when you talk about a game like this, like I said, the last game is a one-point game. And like I said, for OLSH, it was a very close game against Keystone Oaks, but that's also a game against Keystone Oaks that they could have won in hand in fashion, but down the stretch, they went 1 for 9 from the charity stripe right out the gate there towards the end of the game. And that's something in a game like this today is going to play an absolute huge factor in whether or not you're going to win this game, because that's something, not just in this game, but probably, I would say, the last two games, OLSH when they played Seton LaSalle and OLSH when they played Keystone Oaks, towards the end of the game, foul shots, it really came down to it, and they've struggled in that section of the game. Great point.
You noticed, I've noticed that too. Through the game, the Chargers are, pretty good from the charity stripe. When he gets down the stretch, I guess they're gripping the ball a little bit too tight, and they were missing. But at one point, I think they missed like 6 or 8 in a row or something like that.
I think they went. I know they went. It was 7 in a row. Then they hit 1, and then they missed 2. I think 2 more.
1 for 9 or something like that. Yeah, down the stretch.
Yeah,
you're not going to win many ball games that way. The Chargers were lucky to pull that one out. But it's been an exciting day. Chase and I been running around over in Swickley and grabbed a bite for lunch, and now we're up here at the AAC and got to see Sister Francine, and she was watching the game, and she said our score was right over there.
I still can't believe that they had that happen with their scoreboard over there.
But no, I expect a good one here today. Watch the JV game. The Chargers come out full bore, and they won that game on the JV side. But the varsity is a different animal, and both these teams are all fired up. Got officials here ready to go. We're talking to the officials, the same ones that were here from the Keystone Oaks game, Chase, and they were talking about some of the technical fouls that were called, and just kind of good stuff.
Yeah, always is. Always. Anytime you get to talk to an official that was at a previous game, it's always a good time to hear their side of the story when it comes to
it's always, nobody ever hears their side of the story. What's going on? They always, it's like one fan's perspective or another fan's perspective, or the coach's perspective, or the players. How about the official's perspective?
That when you get that perspective, that's always different. It's always intriguing to hear.
So we were talking, you and I were talking, Chase, before the game, and I was watching Brentwood warm up, and I just remember them as being longer. And then I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but again, maybe it was some that graduated. I just remember them being taller. They don't have that much length in them this year. I'm looking, what their biggest guy is, 6'3", I think. Yeah. So, I mean, okay, for me, that's big. But, you look at the Chargers, and they got some boys that are, you got Altmaier and Cavels out here that are, mid 6'5" and plus. And then Johnson, he's 6'2". So, and they got some. Chargers have some.
The Chargers, they're over 6 foot, and their starting lineup across the board, other than sophomore guard Austin Avsek, who stands in here at 5'10".
Right.
So they have height.
Yeah.
And that has played to their advantage a lot so far this season. But something about Brentwood, I'll say, they might not have the height, but as you can see, they can definitely put up some points.
Yeah. You look playing into that. These two teams, Brentwood is averaging a little more than 51 points a game. The Chargers only averaging about 48 points a game. Chargers averaging giving up a little bit more than 45 points a game. And the thing is Brentwood averages giving up 59 points a game. So the Chargers have an opportunity to score against these guys. I have a feeling that Brentwood is one of these running teams. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling they're one of these running teams, and I think the Chargers are going to have to play their solid defense and keep them from running. I think some trapping and things like that could help them.
I couldn't agree with you more on that. Something that I'll be intrigued to see is a big thing is staying out of foul trouble early.
Yeah.
And that's something in the last game that we saw. It wasn't really that much early, but later on in the game, it started to become a little bit of an issue. Usually in about the third quarter, that's when it started to become an issue. And against a team like this, if they are the type of team that they kind of run and gun a little bit, that's something, playing that hard defense that OLSH is now used to playing. It's going to be interesting to see, as long as they can keep the fouls away, and they'll be fine. But if they start getting in foul trouble, that's where things will start to get a little hairy, a little
dicey.
Charger.
Yeah. Tell you what, we'll step aside here. We'll come back. We'll give you the starting lineups and get at it. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Chargers and Spartans ready to go at it here at the AAC.
I personally love the family environment of OLSH, and that's what I saw from my first day coming in as a freshman. Everybody was kind and helpful.
All the teachers and all the students, we all treat each other like family, so it's more like a homey type feel.
You get to know everyone who goes here.
It's like a community. Everyone's together and we're all just like a family.
I think I've grown more religious through the teachings and understanding the religion better.
With the amazing theology teachers and getting the chance to go to church every week, it's definitely expanded my faith.
Different things like Cairo retreat, or being able to come to confession or go to adoration here in the chapel every day gives you really a good opportunity to connect with God and express their faith and not feel shy about it.
The teachers are incredible. They make you feel like one of their own kids.
I feel comfortable going to them at any time for whatever the need be, and I know they always have my back to help me.
They get to know you personally and get to help you in different ways.
They're not just worried about your grades, they're worried about how your feelings are. They care about you more.
OLSH is a place where you can get involved in a bunch of different things.
It sets you up for college.
It's a school full of many opportunities that'll help you grow, not just spiritually, but also just as a person in general.
OLSH is one big family. Everybody knows everybody.
OLSH is challenging adventure, and it really just is an amazing experience.
And we welcome you back. OLSH here alongside Chase Johnson. Game 2 of our Saturday doubleheader here on the OLSH Sports Network. And we'll get right into it. We'll get you the starting lineups for these two teams. First, for the Brentwood Spartans, led by head coach Dan Thayer. He will send this lineup out. Starting at a guard, it's a 5'11 junior, number 4, Forrest Betts. A 5'11 guard, a junior, is number 10, Aiden Barker. A senior, 6'2 forward, is number 11, Shane Palmer. Another senior at 5'11, he's a guard, is number 14, Aiden Gordon. And number 21, a 6'3 senior forward, is Zach Winchell. Again, for the Dan Thayer-led Brentwood Spartans, it is Betts, Barker, Palmer, Gordon, and Winchell. For your Chargers, led by head coach Mike Rodriguez, will send the usual suspects out. Number 1 is a 5'10 sophomore guard, Austin Avsek. Number 4 is junior forward at 6'5, Van Cavels. Starting at a guard position is freshman 6'2 guard is number 14, Tiernan McCullough. A sophomore 6'2 forward is number 22, Jake Johnson. And a senior, lone senior in the starting lineup, is a 6'1 guard, number 23, Greg Minert. Again, for the Chargers, it's Avsek, Cavels, McCullough, Johnson, and Minard. Getting ready for the national anthem and all that good stuff, and it's always an exciting part of the game. Is right before, that's when all the nerves are and the butterflies are flying, and
Definitely is.
we will take you back and pay another bill, and we'll come back here for the opening tip as the Chargers and the Brentwood Spartans take to the court. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Why, Shell?
Welcome back here to the AAC as you're seeing the introduction of the teams here on the court. All right, looks like we're getting ready to go. It'll be the Chargers going from left to right on your screen. Brentwood in their dark blue and Vegas gold trim uniforms. We are underway. The Chargers have it. Quickly, Tierna McCullough up and in. Quickly, Chargers on top, 2-0. Comes Brentwood now. Palmer into the corner, 3 on the way. Good for Gordon. Brentwood on top, 3-2. Minard, Avsek working the ball. Get the cables taken away. When Shell goes up, he'll lay it up, and that was actually 11, was it not? That was Palmer again. And it's 5-2. Avsek. McCullough was headed down the sideline, and Avsek put the ball behind him, goes out of bounds, turnover Chargers, trailing 5-2 here early, just underway in the first quarter. Betts gets it over to Gordon. When Shell to Betts, thought about the 3, McCullough's on him. Gordon now has Avsek working him. From the elbow, when Shell to Barker, to Betts, and they work it around. Back to Forrest Betts. They'll play catch with Gordon. He'll launch another 3. Quickly, Brentwood up on top, 8-2, a 6-point lead. Avsek takes the pick from Minard. Johnson has the ball knocked out of his hand, goes right to Avsek, over to Johnson. He has an open 3, step back, and he puts the 3 down.